Danny from the Pleasant Hills Public Library, and I'm so excited that you're here with me today for another STEAM Stories. So let's see. Before we get to today's spooky experiment, do you remember what all the letters in STEAM stand for? I bet you do. You're smart like that. S stands for science. T stands for technology. E stands for engineering. A stands for art. And M stands for mathematics. And today we will be using all 5 of those subject areas to learn a little bit more about static electricity by making a really cool paper zombie and having him rise from the table using nothing but the power of static electricity. So, you might be asking, what is static electricity? Well, let's answer that question and learn a little bit more while we look at some short video clips and pictures all about static electricity.
Electricity is something that has always been around, but we didn't really know how to harness its power until the 1800s. There are 2 basic types of electricity: current electricity and static electricity. To understand electricity, we first need to understand that everything is made up of atoms. Atoms are too small to see with your eyes, but they make up everything you can see: the sun, grass, toys, clothes, and even you. Atoms are made up of tiny particles that contain protons, neutrons, and electrons. Protons carry a positive charge, electrons carry a negative charge, and neutrons carry no charge at all. Therefore, all things are made up of electrical charges. Have you ever heard that opposites attract? It's true. Opposite charges, negative to positive, attract each other, and like charges, positive to positive or negative to negative, repel each other. Most of the time, positive and negative charges are balanced in an object, and then that object is neutral. Static electricity is the result of an imbalance between negative and positive charges and occurs naturally when certain objects rub together and create friction. The rubbing of certain materials against one another can transfer negative charges or electrons. Have you ever gotten shocked when touching something after rubbing your shoes on the carpet? Has your hair ever stood on end after going down a slide really fast? Those are both examples of static electricity releasing electrons. Usually, static electricity is harmless, but when lightning strikes, it can be dangerous. Lightning is a result of too much static electricity in the sky. Static electricity can also be helpful. Printers and spray paint use it to allow ink and paint to stick to paper. And today, we'll be using it to make our zombies rise.
All the supplies you'll need for today's experiment are packaged in a take-home kit that is available in our lobby while supplies last. Now, if you can't get our kit for whatever reason, you'll need the following supplies to do this experiment. A piece of tissue paper. We went with green since zombies are traditionally thought to be kind of greenish. A balloon. We've provided some zombie templates that you can trace and then cut out, but you can also just draw your own zombie. In addition to the kit, you're also going to need a pencil, some scissors, a marker or several markers, and some tape. Let's head over to the craft table to learn how to do this experiment. To start, select which zombie from the template you would like to trace and then cut out. And as I said before, you can also design your own zombie. I think I'll go with this one. To trace it, place your tissue paper over top and use a pencil to lightly go over the lines. If you press down too hard, it might rip the tissue paper. So be careful. Ta-da! Now, before you cut it out, you can go over it with markers. I'm just going to use the one black marker, but feel free to go crazy and use all the colors. Ta-da! Pretty spooky, huh? Now, we provided you with a rather large piece of tissue paper, so you could make more than one zombie if you wanted to. For the sake of time, I'm just going to go with this one. Once you've traced over it and colored it in, it's time to cut out your zombie. Now, you're going to want to cut just around the outline to keep it as whole as possible. Are you ready? Get those scissors. Ta-da! Now, once your zombie is all cut out, you can set him down on a flat surface. And if you have tape, which it's optional, you don't have to use it, put a little tiny piece on its feet. That'll keep it in place and prevent it from sticking to your balloon. Speaking of which, it's time to blow up those balloons. You ready? Once you have your balloon nice and big, go ahead and tie it off. You might need a grown-up's help for this. It's a little tricky. And now we're going to make some static electricity, because if you hold the balloon by the zombie, it doesn't do anything right now. And that's because we haven't charged our balloon. So you can charge your balloon up two different ways. You can either rub it up and down on your hair, or if you have access to carpet, you can rub it side to side on the carpet. The goal is to rub it kind of fast, and you'll know when it's ready, because it'll kind of make some sounds. And if you're doing it on your hair will start to stand up. All right, I'm gonna try it with my hair first. We're gonna see how this goes. My hair is already kind of wild and crazy, so it might make it even crazier. Ooh.
Not yet.
I think we're ready. I don't know though. Let's try. So we're gonna hover the balloon over our zombie. There he is. Did you see that? Ooh. Pretty cool. Let's go in for a closer look.
For a fun bonus experiment, see if you can get a little trickle of water to move. Charge up your balloon by rubbing it on your hair or the carpet, and then hold it next to water to see what happens.
Well, friends, you can repeat this experiment over and over and over again. You might have to recharge your balloon, though, so rub it on your hair or the carpet to get your zombie to rise. We would love to see pictures of you doing this experiment. Please feel free to send us a picture to pleasanthills@einetwork.net or post it to our special Facebook group, Pleasant Hills Library Virtual Programming. We'll be back in a couple weeks in November when we learn how to make penny spinners. Until then, friends, have a great day, stay safe, and happy Halloween!